All right, we are back with another pick'em video. Going to be talking NBA in this one. Only 2 playoff games today, so I'm actually going to throw in an MLB play for us as well. But definitely seeing the board really well today. Obviously, some injury news that can give us some edges sometimes. No Jaime Jaquez for the Heat, on top of no Terry Rozier, on top of no Jimmy Butler. So we're going to be looking at someone on that game. There's also no Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers as they go back home for Game 5 against the Mavs. So we're going to break down the games for sure. And then, again, extra little MLB play for you guys as well. And then ultimately going to give you guys a slip on Chalkboard, which I never really do. But they have a free square going on. Highly recommend checking Chalkboard out. We're going to break down some PrizePicks plays, and there's actually discounts going on across all of the DFS platforms that I like and I'm partnered with. So don't usually start off with this, but that's how we're going to do it today. Going into the desktop screen, you can see it right here. Chalkboard, 0.5 points for Luka Doncic. Again, this is not me just saying, hey, use my code and so I can get all the winnings here. I'm saying, hey, take advantage of these discounts that they're throwing at us. If Chalkboard wants to give us a 0.5 Luka discount, you should be playing that. If you're going to be playing this stuff, might as well broaden your horizon, get on different DFS platforms, and take advantage of the discounts that they send throughout, different days of the week. And Chalkboard's one that actually sends out discounts a ton of, I think literally every single day. So Chalkboard's one of my favorites. You're going to get a free month of my Discord if you sign up using my code in the description. You're also going to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So I'd recommend putting $100 in. I don't care if you put $10 in or $100 in, doesn't matter to me. But I would put the $100 in if you have it, because then they're going to match you. You're going to start with $200, which is awesome. So Chalkboard 0.5 Luka Square. We're actually going to break down a slip that I have personally, and you can tail that if you want. Or again, I'm just kind of showing you guys that this is available for everyone today, new users and users that are already on the platform. Then moving along to Underdog, they also have discounts for us today. So another partner of the channel, another person with discounts today. Again, I'm throwing this out here. You can get a free month of the Discord. We'll talk about the Discord a little bit later. That's my premium Discord that I've run, for a few months. But choose one of these. I think I'm choosing Paul George if you want my 2 cents on it. But they're all great positive EV plays. Jaylen Brown and Bam. Obviously, anything can happen with the Heat, but some blowout potential. Headed back home, 3-1 lead for the Celtics. I wouldn't mind if they took care of business early, but that's just the risk of going to Bam or Jaylen here. Paul George, this should be a competitive game. 20.5 points without Kawhi should be doable. And then Chris Sale's gone over this in every single game as well if you want to pick Chris Sale. So that's Underdog. Again, use my link or code in the description. Sign up for Underdog. Send me a screenshot, and I'll get you in for a free month of my Discord. But you're also going to get a 100% deposit match for Underdog as well. So, throw $10 in. They're going to match you. You're going to start with 20. Throw $100 in. They'll match you. You'll start with 200. Moving along, though, PrizePicks, as we usually go to a lot. They also have a discount at James Harden, 17.5 points, usually at 21.5. Again, no Kawhi Leonard, so if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and do that. It's a pretty solid hit rate without Kawhi in the lineup. And then we continue on to Sleeper. Nothing to show you on the screen here, but Sleeper has Wildcard Wednesdays. They're going to drop 2 awesome discounts. Usually it's star players. Whether it's NBA or baseball, they're probably going to have one of each maybe, but they're usually really good plays as well, and you could take advantage of that. PrizePicks is a 100% deposit match up to $100. Sleeper is a 100% deposit match up to $500. So I obviously took advantage of that. If you have the bankroll for that, put $500 in. They're going to match you $500, and you're going to start with $1,000. So want to point out all these discounts that are happening. It's May 1st, new month. And it's a good way to, get into the Discord for free, our community for free, but also just a good, advantage point where you want to be attacking these different DFS platforms on days that they have discounts. That's like the name of the game there. So sorry for the long intro, but I wanted to point all that stuff out. And now let's jump into some plays. All right, so here's the actual slip that I submitted for the Luka discount. 0.5 points. Obviously, he's going to get 1 point. We're going to talk Al Horford, 1.5 3-pointers made. No Porzingis is the big thing for this play. He should see 30-plus minutes tonight. And then Byron Buxton, my favorite hitter matchup for today. He's hit this guy really well. He's been getting hits on everyone, I think above 60% of the time. But we're going to jump into the hit rates and matchups and all these guys. But here's this slip. If you want to tail that, if you want to get Chalkboard, if you're already on Chalkboard, here's a solid slip for you. And it's a good little behind the scenes of how the Discord works as well. Anything that I play personally, I submit it into the Discord, and you get access to either tail it or pick and choose your favorite ones, whatever it might be. And you can see 11:28 is when I put this in. I got into the Discord at 11:32. So you get it pretty much right when I put it in. Let's go over to the plays. Obviously, Luka's going to get 1 point. But Al Horford without Porzingis, 1.5 3-pointers made. This is just for the entire season. He hit in 49% of games. Obviously, his minutes were a little bit down from last year. Some games only getting 15 minutes. Other games, we just saw him get 34 minutes in that most recent game against the Heat. But Porzingis being off the floor is absolutely huge for this line. You see the DVig odds here, minus 164. That's probably where it is on Pinnacle, which is one of the sharpest sports books in the world. We see the games without Porzingis. This turns into a 74% hit rate. So obviously right off the bat, this looks a whole lot better. Had 5 threes against the Bulls. It's 6 threes against Phoenix. He's getting the shots up as well. 5.5 attempts without Porzingis on the floor, as many as 10 attempts. So if he goes out and gets, shoots 5, 6, 7 times, he's a 46% three-point shooter for the year. And he's got a pretty good chance of hitting this. In games that he's playing, 25 minutes, 26 minutes, 80% hit rate in games he's played in 26 minutes. And this is a playoff game. Even if it's a blowout by halftime, you never know what's going to happen with this Heat team anyway. But even if it's a blowout by halftime, he should still see 25 to 30 minutes. He's projected for 34. So yeah, really liking this Al Horford line. Hit rate is incredible, obviously, with no Porzingis when he gets the minutes. And he's just got to knock him down for us. 46% is his normal clip. So that's Al Horford. Moving into the next play is going to be Byron Buxton. I am realizing this game's at 2:10, so you're not going to have a ton of time to get this play in. But don't worry, we're still going to be talking a few PrizePicks plays that are going to be available up until game time for these NBA games. So you should have plenty of time to get those in. But Buxton, couldn't resist showing you guys this. 68% of games he's gotten a hit. So this is, again, on outlier. 0.5 hits is the line, just needs 1 hit for us. 68% of games he's done that. And that also includes 80% of the last 10 games he's gone over this. So he's been hitting well, getting at least 1 hit in a lot of these games. But it's really the matchup here that I love against Chris Flexen. So you see Byron Buxton down here. He's batting .750 in 8 at-bats. So it's not like he's seen him, 3 times or whatever, 4 times. He's seen him 8 times, and he's batting .750. And it's not like he's getting a bunch of singles. He's actually hit 1 single. I look into this. 1 single. 3 of his hits were doubles, and then we see the 2 home runs and 6 RBIs against him. So he's hit them very well in the past. I love to see that. And then against right-handed pitchers in general, he's batting .262 as opposed to his normal .242. So gets a little bit of a boost against righties altogether. So again, I don't care if he hits a home run, a single, a double, a triple, whatever it might be. He just needs to get 1 hit for us, and I love the pitcher matchup. It's probably the best one of the day across baseball. And again, he's been on fire just in general. So really liking Buxton to get at least 1 hit today. And yeah, that's going to close out our Chalkboard slip. So let's move into some PrizePicks plays. Yeah, get on Chalkboard if you're not. Take advantage of this slip or just take advantage of the Luka discount however you want to. All right, so moving over to the PrizePicks desktop screen here, we see Luka Doncic 7.5 first quarter points. That's going to be our first play over on PrizePicks. 7.5 seems very low. Luka averaged 9.7 points in the first quarter for the entire year, which I think led the league. And he's been able to do that in this series as well. No Kawhi as well. On top of that, that's a defensive presence. Obviously, Kawhi not 100% when he did play in Game 2 and in Game 3, but no Kawhi, so that's another plus for this line as well. And he's just been hitting this consistently in this series all year, and we're going to check that out. So 7.5 first quarter points for Luka. I think he can get there. This is a pivotal Game 5. He might see all 12 minutes in that first quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if Luka plays 40 plus minutes tonight at all. So going into his outlier page, we can see the hit rate here for the full year. Again, first quarter points, 7.5. He's gone over that in 62% of games this year. And we see a whole lot of green recently again. Head-to-head matchup against this Clippers team, 7 of the last 10 games he's gone over that, so he's got a good history against this team. But specifically in this series, he's crushed this line. 11 in Game 1, 12 in Game 2. Both those games were on the road in LA. Then had a dud of a first quarter in Game 3. Again, Kawhi's playing that game, kind of hobbled, but just didn't get it going. I don't know how many shots he took, but only 2 points in that first quarter. That's just uncharacteristic for him, but got things right back on track. 10 points in the first quarter in Game 4. And yeah, just got right back on track. So he's been crushing this in the games that he's gone over, and I don't expect him to see any less minutes. The least he's seen is 9.2 minutes in that first quarter. This is Game 5, pivotal Game 5. Winner of this, potentially takes the series. And he's on the road, should be playing with aggression and see at least 9 to 12 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he sees all 12. So great hit rate here for Luka. The odds are on our side as well, so it's not just, what I'm thinking. It's not just the hit rate. It's not just the matchups. What are these other books and sports books, putting their lines at? And we can see first quarter points. I didn't type in Luka yet, but Let me go ahead and do that. We can see the average sportsbook has this at 7.5, and it is favored to go over at minus 119.1 as opposed to the under, which is minus 114. So nothing too crazy in terms of odds to go over, but we see a lot of these books favoring it. FanDuel at minus 125, DraftKings at minus 118 as opposed to the under on both these sites minus 102. So the odds are favoring this as well. This just means that if you were to take this on FanDuel or DraftKings, they're going to pay you out a little bit less if you take the over than if you take the under, because they think it's probably a little bit more likely that he goes over this line. Whereas on PrizePicks, it's a fixed payout system. They don't care if we take the over or the under, but this is a good way of saying, hey, we're attacking a good line on top of all this other data and info that we can put into it. So Luka, really liking 7.5 first quarter points for tonight. And then moving along to our last play of the video, I think it's going to be Nikola Jovic. I'm liking first quarter props, 2.5, taking the over here for him. Again, no Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier, and then now no Jaime Jaquez. Jovic is going to be one of their focal points on the offensive end. Obviously, Bam, Hero, Caleb Martin, and then Jovic probably. So 2.5 first quarter points, that's just a 3. The guy can definitely knock down a 3 or 2 in this game. And again, blowout kind of proof here because it's a first quarter prop. So going into his outlier page, 2.5 first quarter points, he's hit this in 52% of games, and that includes a lot of games where he wasn't seeing even any minutes at all in the first quarter. He's hit this in 3 of 4 games so far in the matchup against the Celtics so far in this series. 2 in the first game, so didn't get there, but followed that with 6, 3, and 3 in the following games. So Jovic didn't get a ton of run in game 4. But without Jaquez, he should be seeing a ton of time. I think he's projected for 32 minutes tonight. So you could go to his full game. He's got a great hit rate when he does play a full game, but this is a tough Boston defense. We've seen it before, but he's been hitting this consistently in this series. So going to 2023, if you check the minutes here, obviously this isn't going to equate perfectly, but games he's getting, 25, 26 minutes, that should equate to a decent amount of minutes in that first quarter. 82% hit rate in games where he's seeing at least 26 minutes. And again, he can just go in and knock down a 3. He can get to the line. He can get a 2 and 1, whatever it might be. He just needs 3 points, and that's not a whole lot to ask, especially with all their injuries. And again, it's not just what I think. It's not just the hit rate, not just the matchup here against the Celtics, but the odds here. What are they getting? What are they giving us on other sports books? This is showing us all sports books that have this line. And Jovic is a minus 129.1 on the average sportsbook odds to go over, as opposed to a minus 104.2 on the under. So sportsbooks are definitely favoring this on the over. They're going to pay you out less money if you take the over than if you take the under, because they're just thinking it's a little bit more likely that he goes over here. So I like Jovic. Probably not going to be a popular play here. Obviously up to you if you want to take it, but should get here. That's 1-3. That's 2 buckets, whatever it might be. He should see 7 to 10 minutes in this first quarter. They got a ton of injuries. Jovic has been pretty solid for them all year, and he stepped up into a bigger role. So Jovic and Doncic are going to be our 2 plays on PrizePicks, and that's going to complete the video picks for today. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. Quick recap of the PrizePicks plays. Luka and Nikola Jovic over first quarter points, 7.5 for Luka, 2.5 for Jovic. We obviously just talked about these, but not everyone's cup of tea first quarter points. They're over quick. It can either be a quick win or a quick loss. So I don't blame you if you don't want to go to it, but if you do, I'm really liking these 2 guys today. Also, don't forget about the James Harden 17.5 points on PrizePicks. A little discount there for us for playoffs. They've been giving out a ton of discounts for us. But then our Chalkboard slip, forgot to pull that up again. Let's go right to Chalkboard. Luka over 0.5 points. Take advantage of that discount. If you're not on Chalkboard, highly recommend checking it out. They got alternate lines and all these different things. They're one of the best up-and-coming DFS platforms, hands down. And they always give us flash sales and discounts and 0.5 points or whatever. That's a free square right there. We went with Al Horford at 1.5 3-pointers made. We already talked about it, but no Porzingis, great hit rate without that. And he's been stretching the floor really well for these guys, really the past 3 years. Byron Buxton, great hit rate against his pitcher matchup. You can really just read all this stuff, but 8 at-bats, he's hitting 750, 1 single, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and he's also hitting like 64, 68% of games so far this year. He's been hitting really well. So those are our plays for today. This video is coming out, around 1:45 p.m. or something like that Eastern time. So hopefully you can sneak that Buxton play in that because I really like that one today. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Check out the Discord community if you do want to sign up for PrizePicks or Chalkboard or Underdog or Sleeper, they all have discounts going on today. So it would be a great day to get on. It's May 1st. It's a new month, and they're throwing promos at us. So get in on those. Take advantage of the free months you can get of the Discord. You get access to all my plays. We also get access to a fun community. People always talking sports, talking props. They're just like-minded people. They're, whether it's NBA, MLB, esports, NFL, whatever it might be, we're always talking them, and then we'll sweat them in the chat a little bit too. We're talking about them as the games go on. So it's a lot of fun. Again, $20 a month, but you can get in here for free plenty of ways. All my links are in the description of this video, or you can just use the codes, whatever way you want to do it. But yeah, take advantage of the discounts they give you. That's when you want to be attacking these, and let's try to make some money in this May. So I'm not going to win every day, not going to win every week, but it's ebbs and flows, right? Roller coaster of a ride. It's not going to be always great, but when it is great, it's a lot of fun as we're making money watching sports, which you can't really beat. But yeah, it's going to do it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one, or if you're in the Discord, I'll see you in there. Peace out.